Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Edge Designs for episode 3 of props I've made. Now this one's a little different because it's not something I actually made. It's more of a rehaul, kind of custom, did some work to. And that is the Green Goblin helmet from Marvel Legends. So this came out, I think, last year. And I ordered it immediately because I've always wanted the Sam Raimi Green Goblin helmet. And there's people that offer kits. There's you can 3D print it, but like with how crazy the sculpture is on this, I never wanted to 3D print it because that would be so much sanding. And there'd be areas that just wouldn't be perfect, like the inner ears and stuff. Like you wouldn't be able to get in there with sandpaper. And I knew that, so I was like, I'm never gonna take the 3D printing approach. And I was going to buy a kit one day, but it wasn't a high on my list. It was just like when I got my own place, I'd want a Sam Raimi Green Goblin helmet to coincide my Sam Raimi Spider-Man mask that I have in my collection. But it wasn't high on my list to get it done like right away. But then out of nowhere, Marvel Legends just decided to make one. And I was like, I'm ordering it first day. And I did. And I was a little bummed about that actually, because I was on like, as soon as it went live, I ordered like 10 minutes into it being live for pre-order. And then people at Target were just getting them. And it's like, well, why did I pre-order if I'm not getting it before everybody? I don't usually go into the pre-order train, but that's what I thought was you're pre-ordering it. You're getting the first batch. You're on like the list. But then people who didn't pre-order are just getting it. That kind of annoyed me. I kept seeing people receiving theirs on Instagram and stuff, or just finding them at Walmart's and Toys R Us, and I was like, well, why did I pre-order them? Like, whatever. Anyway, long story long, I ended up getting it, and I loved it, but I also knew I wanted to repaint it, because originally it's kind of this color, which is great, but it doesn't have that color shift from the movie, and I really wanted that. So I knew I was going to repaint this, but I was also, I've seen so many people rehaul Marvel Legends helmets, Star Wars Black Series helmets on YouTube, but no one had done this one yet. Like there were people that had done it and shared it on their Instagram, but it was just a full, like, here's like what I'm doing right now. Like, here it is. You know what I mean? They didn't show how it gets taken apart, and that's the part that always confuses me, is how to take these things apart and put them back together. So I usually wait for someone else to do it, and then I'll just kind of copy it so I know the steps in order to take it apart. I know the steps in order to put it back together. But because there wasn't any, I held off on doing this, and there still wasn't any. But then one day I was just bored, and I was like, I'm just gonna give it a shot. And I took lots of pictures of it as I was taking it apart, so that I could I could go backwards and to put it back together. And for anybody who wants to embark on doing a custom repaint like this, if you have the patience, which I don't, but if you have the patience, I say go for it. If you're very detail oriented and you're good at following your own directions or directions in general, sure. But if you're just kind of a hobbyist and you just want to paint it, I don't recommend it because it was really stressful. Taking it apart wasn't really an issue, but putting it back together was a huge issue because these parts inside here, they kind of lock into each other. So you have to have the left side and the right side placed in a specific spot underneath the middle spot. And everything needs to align properly in order to put the screws back in. Like it doesn't have like a little like lock and then you put the screws in. No, it's almost like pressure fitted. And it was really starting to stress me out, especially putting these parts back in. Taking this thing apart took maybe 35, 40 minutes because I was, taking pictures and I didn't have any reference. Putting it back together took 2 hours. Like 2 hours to put it back together because everything, like I said, has to line up strategically in order to put it back together. So I don't recommend it. But if you have the patience and you want to try doing it, go for it. The end result speaks for itself, but it is really irritating. It will stress you out, because it stressed me out putting it back together. But the end result speaks for itself. Now, is it entirely the accurate color? No. It has a lot more purple than it should. I don't know if that's, I came out here because this is where the natural lighting is. It looks really purple in more like orange light. This is actually the first time I'm really looking at it in natural light. The window's right there. So you can see it's kind of a deep green copper, like a green kind of leprechaun-y color with like hints of blue. And then whenever the light catches it, you get those purple hues like there. Get the purple hue on the head. It just shifts with the light. So what I used that worked, but there's probably better stuff out there, was I used this stuff here, this Dupa Color Shift. So you can see like what it's supposed to do there. It's kind of like a deep green, kind of turquoisey blue to purple. You can really see it on the can, like the top of the can there. Dead on, it's green, and then the corners are purple. But there's also kind of hints of silver and hints of blue, which shouldn't be there on the screen one. So that's why I wouldn't necessarily recommend this paint, because you're going to get hints of blue and hints of silver in different lighting, which kind of throws the look off. But it does have that green to purple shift, like it should. And that's really all I wanted. And I don't really think I'm going to tamper with it anymore. Like, it was a pain to take apart. It was even more painful to put back together. Everything on this is stock still. I haven't replaced anything. A lot of people wanted me to replace the mesh, but this sits on display. I'm not planning on cosplaying, so therefore the fact that you can see the mouth moving inside like the screen one doesn't bother me, because I'm not planning on wearing it. Like, I just want to leave it up on the shelf. So I like that that thicker plastic is there that has like kind of the screen mesh sculpt in it. But there's the back. You really see the purple shine on the back for some reason. I don't know why the back is so much. There's a side profile. So as you can see, it achieves what I set out to do. It does have that color shift, medium gloss that I was going for. I actually painted a guitar in this paint, and I went over it with a flat, and it lost like all of the shine. It still color shifts, but it lost like all the shine. And the Goblin should have a bit of a shine. I think this might be a little too shiny, but I also didn't want to risk having a paint failure, because this stuff is actually, I'm pretty sure, discontinued. There might be some overstock in some places, but my Canadian Tire, where I got this, only had 3 in stock. And I bought 2 a few months ago to paint the guitar. And then I checked online, the one was still sitting there and it was in the back. So I went there and got the last one, because I liked how it looked on the guitar. And I knew, it was like, oh, okay, I'm going to use that for the Green Goblin, because it works great. And I mean, the helmet still functions, like it's still, you'll wear it, put it on, but I would close the back, but it'll rip my hair out, so I'm just not going to do that. But yeah, just a quick one today, because it wasn't a full build. It was more of a custom job, just repainting the Marvel Legends Green Goblin helmet. I've been like religiously looking for anybody that did a video on it, and nobody is doing it. Like, I see hundreds of reviews of this thing, stock, but I've seen a few people custom paint it, but they're not sharing how they did it, or not kind of going in depth to really show you what it looks like when you go that extra mile to get it to do that color shift. It just comes alive, just like the movie. So yeah, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Just a custom paint job on the Green Goblin helmet from Marvel Legends. So not an entirely Custom build, like prop I made, but it's a prop that I put some work into. Should have been an easy done, but the fact that you have to take it all apart, put it all back together, you have to gloss black this first because this acts as a tint. It doesn't go on as like just a typical paint. So you will have to take this apart, gloss black it, and then go over with the paint. Light coats. I did 3 coats on this to get it to where it is now. Just each part individually. So I believe they came apart. The ears come apart. There's a back plate, there's an upper back plate, and then there's the main part. And then you'll have all the innards that I just put aside because I wasn't painting those. The inside is all still stock. I just set it aside so I could paint the exterior. Even the teeth. I didn't bother painting the teeth. I thought the teeth looked fine. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. Custom paint job, color shifting, Green Goblin from Marvel Legends. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this helped you if you're anything like me and you bought one of these with the intention of painting it, but you're just waiting for someone to like show it off or talk a little bit more in depth about it. Maybe this pursued you to do it or deterred you from doing it because of how difficult it is to take and put this thing back together. I should have filmed it, but it was more of just a project for me. But I take it from me, it was very difficult to put back together. So if you have the patience for it, I say go for it. The results speak for themselves. If you don't have the patience for it and you're really bad at remembering or following directions, I don't recommend it because especially putting it back together, having everything have to be pressure fit and held in place as you put the screws. The slightest ding, it knocks everything back out and it falls apart. It was so stressful. So I don't recommend it just for the stress factor. But if you're in good management of stress and you think you could do this, go for it. The results speak for themselves. It brings this thing to an entirely new level having that color shift paint. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. Until next time, I'm Jaden with Edge Designs. This was episode 3 of Props I've Made. The Green Goblin helmet repaint. Peace out and be good people.